Oh, I gotcha. Fair enough. So... Alright. Okay. We're live. Everything everyone says is now being recorded and can be used against you.
How you doing, Mr. Pearson?
Doing fantastic, Sergeant. How are you?
Great, no complaints. Good to see you, man.
Beautiful. Good to see you as well. And a big ol' hello to everyone watching right now. I see a Jacob Phoenix, Chris, Cody. How are you guys all doing this beautiful Sunday afternoon on this court day? As always in court, I'm probably not going to be paying a lot of attention to the chat, just because I am actively doing court stuff. But I will do my best to keep an eye on y'all. Okay, Matt, what do you got today?
I have my traffic defense and then possibly the arraignment for Silas.
Okay, perfect. Fucking A, I forgot your name. Dallas. We're going to be dismissing that traffic citation against your client.
Any reason?
Yes, a couple. One, I personally don't think it was all that winnable to begin with, but it was winnable. But another thing is we don't have any judges. So I, as Deputy Stolas, need Lieutenant Simon as a witness to that. He is a key witness, and he's not going to be available because we have no other judges. So Mike can't leave the bench. So we're just going to go ahead and dismiss. The lore...
I'm so pissed because I had such a great defense lined up too.
I want to hear it. Let's talk about it after. What we're gonna say is I, as the DA, will step in to motion or to file a motion to dismiss. The lore is the Deputy Stolas is at a training exercise in Las Venturas, and Lieutenant Simon's golfing.
All right, Mr. Lofton, just go ahead and have a seat right here, okay? They're gonna call you up when we're ready.
Is that Silas's character right there?
No, that's Zach.
Zach. What is he here for?
That's the one with Brody.
Oh, for traffic. Okay, perfect. Shit, I did not have a chance to prepare the complaint for Silas.
That's fine, and he is. I think he said he will be around today, but doesn't have that much. We didn't do any work on this yet. I only took the case yesterday, so.
Okay, so what we can do then is when the case gets called, you can just say, have you done a waiver of formal arraignment yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm just going to send you a quick little thing to say.
And I don't know if you get any say over how we call these, but if we can get someone else in between my two cases, just so I have time to run out of the hallway and change my clothes.
We should. Do you... Oh, because you're prosecuting one too, right?
Yeah, the one for Justina. 0115.
Right. I filed everything for you. I went ahead and did the complaint, the discovery, and plea offer. Sorry. If you want to amend the plea offer, you're more than welcome to.
No, you're good. That case was also, I didn't realize I had that on my list, so.
Okay.
Do you want to take that one as the DA and I can proceed after, just so I have time to go change clothes?
I shouldn't, because I am like a key witness to it as Deputy Stollis.
Right.
Which
Gotcha.
I can totally split my personalities, right? That's not an issue. It's also to get you more cases to prosecute.
Works for me. So when that one gets called, at this point, we're just going to be going forward with an arraignment. Do we know if Al's going to be able to be here?
Not sure. I think he's still actively hosting a training. Okay, just sent you the information. That's what you should say. Of course, as always, on your first time at the stand, please make sure to identify yourself for the record with your full name and bar number.
Gotcha, and that's for Silas.
Yes.
No, that's for... Yes.
Yes, that is for Silas. And I don't have my bar number memorized yet, which I really should, because I created the whole bar number system. But here we are.
Gotcha. And then for the Justina case,
so cute in here.
you have a preference on this? I mean, we submitted the
Stained glass. Oh my
discovery
God.
and the criminal complaint and the plea offer, but nothing else.
I just talked to Mike about it because Justina's attorney might not be here. A judge has the right to enter not guilty pleas on behalf of people who are not represented or whose attorneys are not present.
The whole life story.
So what the judge will probably do is do the arraignment and then enter a not guilty plea on Justina's behalf and then just set a next court date.
Awesome. I'll be here. If I need help, I will yell loudly.
Perfect. Yeah, I will also be here.
After you, sweetie.
Also staying available for... Wait, do we want to jump into the defense office in SLRP in case we need to bounce up and down between that and where Mike and Ramon are?
I see
Sure,
you.
yeah,
You're
let's
not
do
gonna look
that.
up my skirt,
All
are
right.
you?
Huh? Talking to me?
I'm talking to the cutie right
Awesome.
here.
With
Pardon
that,
me?
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
If I sit here, you're not gonna look at my skirt, are you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just making sure. So professional in here.
Well, it's a courtroom, Justina. I mean, it's kind of.
Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you?
You're messing around with my charge.
Huh?
Jeremiah, ringing the bells.
Oh my God, that was a one-night stand. Don't tell anybody.
Oh, he thinks it was love.
He
Oh,
can
you
think
gotta-
all he wants. A lot of
You
lovers.
gotta break the bad news to him.
Oh, I keep money. Like he buys me things.
So that's where all his money goes.
I told him to buy that new truck he has. Instead of making
So,
look
so you're
sexier.
actively telling him to spend his own money, but you're not fucking him.
Why do you think he spends money on me?
Yeah, that's true. You said it was a one night stand though, so
Yeah, exactly. That one time. I can work for it the next time.
yeah, but wasn't that like a few months ago?
I don't know. Who's Jeremiah again?
Huh?
Huh?
Is the- Never mind.
Jesus
Listen, I got a lot of
Christ.
partners, honey.
Yeah, well, I believe me, I know.
Where's my lawyer at?
What are we listening
I'm
to here?
suing the department.
This is fucking
Department
Justina
of what?
talking to
The-
Sam.
The sheriff's department.
Ah,
Oh my god, it's
that's gonna
hilarious.
go great, huh?
Go get there, like harassing me.
How are they doing that?
I mean, they just do. They see me and they go, "Oh my God, let's find something to pull her over for."
It's because they want you.
You smell like Old Spice and stale chicken wings.
Well, the old chicken wings part is right, but I don't wear Old Spice.
That's just
I
your
wear
natural
this.
BO.
No, I wear a Bellowstone cologne, and it's pretty good. It's more of like a musk, not a deodorant.
Okay, I'm bored
Or
now.
a
Stop
cologne.
talking to me.
All right.
Oh my god, look at him. He is so cute. He was like a suit.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sir in the suit in front of me.
Sir in the suit, sitting in the pews. What can I do for you?
So I know you're not allowed to use phones during the whole court thing, but can I use my phone now?
I'm not a
Or
bailiff.
not at all. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do.
Okay, well I'm gonna do it.
I
All right.
can beat you up. Oh my god. Does she share? Does she share?
Sadly not.
I'm bored of you.
Mr. Lofton, just keep it to yourself, okay?
I did. I don't know what you're talking about. It's gonna be worth my money.
She don't like you very much.
Fucking
Right,
doesn't
just
have
like
his
Tracy,
phone.
it's
God
better.
damn it.
You can go and
I just got my hair did too.
Fucking prospects.
here did.
Got my hair did. Yeah.
Prospect.
Went
So
down to the
people
super
who don't-
clips.
Oh my god, never mind.
Clips.
I
Hey,
Mr. Pearson, how are you?
Living the dream, guys. How are we doing?
Oh, not so bad.
All right.
Oh, God, you're standing up like you're supposed to stand up for me. Sit down. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I just don't like sitting.
Okay, fair enough. You can stand up then.
I like to be taller than you.
Well, it doesn't take much to do that. All right.
Do we know who's which judge is in today?
Judge Rehnquist will be the one
Gotcha.
presiding
Gotcha.
this evening.
Thought he was golfing today.
No, I think another judge, the presiding judge, took his spot.
Oh, I took his tea time. Ah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Booted him back down here.
I do believe I saw an email for you right before I left the office. It said you guys are dropping the traffic case I have on the docket. I believe it's second.
Yeah.
For Mr. Shane Barnes.
Yeah, Lieutenant Simon's out golfing, and Deputy Stolis? I think that's how you say it. It's Deputy Stolis is at a training at a state.
Well, that's good. I'm glad I didn't have to embarrass the deputy in here.
That, I stay out of traffic stuff.
That's my favorite.
Well, unless
I
it's
love to write
fatal.
unnecessary things sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's their prerogative.
That's one way to put it. Did you receive my my email involving the meeting I had with Mr. Dela Cruz earlier this evening?
Yes. I think my legal assistant should have emailed you back, but I'm not objecting to the credits that he's earned so far. And like I don't know if they sent the email. Like I said, they're kind of shitty. I really have no position on what happens today. The judge is the one that imposed a 6-month sentence, so the state's just going to defer to the judge.
Yeah, preferably.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure I told you as well. We're hoping to get him protective custody due to ongoing issues in Gen Pop. So I know I saw him earlier as I got in. He's limping pretty good.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Do we know who's or what the issue is?
No, I didn't really dive too deep into it. All he said he's been having some trouble with some people in there, and
you know,
been working him over.
Do you know where he's lodged at right now?
He's currently down in the holding cells there.
Sorry, where has he been spending his time in custody?
Oh, Bolingbrook.
Okay, we can try to have him transferred to serve his sentence somewhere else. I mean,
either one, protective custody, or if we can. I don't know. He's kind of nervous about leaving state, so protective custody might be what's best for him instead of getting sent somewhere else. He is.
Would you say order in the whore?
He's pretty timid. He's a timid guy.
Yeah.
What in the fuck am I listening to?
Oh my god, let me tell you. Yes. Yeah, I could take 12 of them.
She try to hit on you
She
too.
does not
Yes.
believe in
Well,
that
the
sign
judge
about
would
cell
be
phones in
She
here.
she
Yes,
just
yes,
told me
yes,
not to
yes.
look up her skirt when she sat down.
12 jurors.
I don't think you
You
would.
can order me. Yes, you
Yeah,
got
I
it.
very, very aggressively
bye,
avoided
love
it.
you.
Tell 'em I want royalties.
I hung up, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
I need money, just
Interesting person.
And I know you have money.
Yeah.
I know you have money. I saw that.
That's,
Can I go past?
Ain't she on the docket for today?
I don't think
Yeah,
you're
that's
supposed to.
Justin
Who the
Saunders.
fuck are you to tell me what the hell I can do?
It was a kind suggestion, sir.
How
Please
about
calm
you
down.
kindly shut the fuck up?
Did you just call her sir?
Wait, what?
Oh, I think there's a fight gonna break out here.
Excuse me, sir. Can you come again?
I'm gonna be real. I could not tell. That's my bad. I will.
That's what the fuck I thought.
Oh boy, that's a feisty one.
You just grab my ass.
No.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god, I want to play judge.
No.
It's so good. You know they don't wear butt naked under those
I
those
don't-
dresses, right? They
Oh,
just, have
yeah.
they just have a shirt and tie, completely
Shit,
naked
that-
underneath.
That makes sense.
Maybe that was just
Well, I
me.
do have a word.
You think it's one of those like bibs things?
Fair enough.
Start.
I think it was just.
Yeah.
Wait, just. I object.
Ma'am, I do not think that this is how that works.
Why the fuck is he talking to me?
Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of like,
Call my First Amendment right.
it's kind of loud. You can find out where he lives if you need to.
Hey, now is that?
You doing all right there, Mr. Lofton?
Oh,
Nobody
yes,
knows
sir.
you're trying to
Yes,
listen.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Can I get you a coffee? You know, does that come out of my budget?
My God, I love his
No,
mustache.
we don't drink coffee.
You love
in the courtroom,
anybody's
sir. I had a
mustache.
couple double espressos before getting up here.
That mustache just tickles.
We'll be okay.
Hey, is everything okay out here?
Shouldn't take too long to
Yeah.
see in and
Can I
out
not
today.
just stand here looking cute?
Yeah, you know, gotta go pick up the
No,
kids.
you can. I was just in there with
How
the
many you got,
judge, and we
7?
heard someone
Yeah,
yell, "I
7,
object." I'm
yeah.
not
Oh,
sure
yeah.
what it
God,
I did, I
how do you
object.
do that?
Around, huh?
is.
It-
Object to
Wow,
what
is
exactly?
Amber's wife.
Whatever's gonna
Yes,
happen, I
I
object to.
don't know. She.
Oh, okay.
She's a warrior.
Mhm.
All right, let's just try to keep a court decorum, okay, and
Come around.
maintain our voices at an indoor level, okay?
Oh my God, he looks like a spy.
Thank you.
I think he is a spy.
Excuse me, sir.
That's alright.
Oh my God, accent. Hello, Dad.
Let me get out your way.
No, you can sit down. I just want to come over and say hello. Sit down.
Oh, hello.
Sit down. Thank you. What's your name, handsome man?
I've heard that fucking
Kaiser.
voice.
Kaiser? Kaiser roll? I love Kaiser
Pardon?
rolls. Love Kaiser rolls.
I don't know what that is, yeah.
You know what a Kaiser roll is?
No.
It's, I don't know, bread. Fuck, I don't know. Where you from?
Everywhere. I was born in Austria, but I've lived everywhere but.
Do you have a significant other?
Yeah. I have a wife at home.
Does she share you?
Does she share me?
Mm-hmm.
No, no.
God, what a fucking square. No one? Oh my God.
Huh?
His name is Kaiser. I said, like the Kaiser roll? You know what I was
Oh,
talking about.
I fucking like Kaiser rolls.
Oh my God, there's put a little slap some butter on there. I keep
Oh, yeah.
walking. Don't come from behind me. Why are you moving over here? If he attacks me, you protect me, okay?
Hey, can I ask you
Yeah, I
a
got
quick
you.
question by chance?
You're welcome to ask me
wouldn't
a
let me have my
question.
fucking gun in
I
here.
am the
Do you
state's
believe that?
attorney. I can't give you any legal advice.
No,
Oh my
no.
God, he's a state's attorney.
My attorney had emailed me about wanting to. I think he said he wanted to meet about something before we came, and I just couldn't make it. Is there a way that we could talk here beforehand, or
What's your attorney's name, sir?
That's a good question. Let me get that.
Oh.
He doesn't even know his fucking attorney.
I thought you meant my fucking attorney. Yeah.
Who's
fucking know.
overseeing your
That
case?
would be
I
William
don't
Stewart.
know. I don't know.
William Stewart. Okay.
I'll-
Give me a
I'll
second.
find
I
it
don't.
myself.
He's not
I
in
don't
here
care.
right now.
Oh,
I'll let
Alright,
him
I
later.
bet that's gonna go incredible.
sounds good. I'm gonna go sit back
Represent
down.
myself.
Thank you.
Just if you represent yourself, you're going out of here in cuffs. I will put
I
$5
could fucking
down on
try.
it. Because you know how these LSs are. They're gonna get you for the same
Well, I'll
reasons
tell
that
you
why you're suing them.
Joke's on them. I like cuffs, so the more the merrier.
Oh Jesus!
Excuse me, guys. Where do you register if you need to talk, like in court today?
The judge will ask you, sir.
Try the new coffee machine at the office. It's
I object.
Oh.
No, just
Hey, William.
Sit down. Just sit down.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Pierce.
One of your guys looking for you. Homie over here in the black suit, brown tie.
He's got a white tie and a white shirt.
Oh my god, he's so fucking.
Help you, sir.
Oh. I remember you had, I think, said something about wanting it to and/or needing to meet beforehand.
Do you think he makes
Yes,
it so
let's,
it purposely
let's
goes
step
up his crack, or is it like just how they come?
Love it. Oh my
Figured we'd do it while we
God,
had
they're
it.
so tight. So he's the state's attorney. It's like a big man.
Yeah, big man with a little
Oh my
tie.
God, I could
His
do
tie coming.
I could do so much with a big man like that.
You could probably ruin his
Should I-
career.
Should I talk to him?
No,
Talk to me.
you're gonna ruin his career. He's gonna have you held in contempt.
So what you doing?
Are you Justin Saunders? Go by Justina.
Yes.
Okay. You're represented by an attorney. I'm not able to speak to you.
Okay, then just listen. Your hair. Mwah! Whoever your barber was. Oh my god.
I have no choice. I can't
Oh
respond
my
to
god,
him.
he's really ignoring me.
Bird.
Yeah, I mean, well, he kind of just
Hey,
said
Brian,
he
what's
can't
up?
talk to you.
I'm being nice. I don't understand. Oh my god, look at her pantsuit. To fucking die for. Oh. Lazy bitch in a pantsuit. What's that?
Lazy bitch in a pantsuit. Holy shit! I'm making a fucking short out of that. That was funny.
I don't even notice that.
That's my kind of gal.
You got a big dog.
I had a couple.
Hello. How you doing, honey? What's your name?
How about you?
I had two, but one of them got dropped. The other one's a show cause for Dela Cruz again.
Oh, okay.
What is that guy's name that you just spoke to? I don't recognize him for being on the
Shane
docket.
Barnes. He's the one that received the ticket that's getting dropped.
Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. Cool.
Hey, honey. I think that one back there has a penis.
What?
The one back there, I think she has a penis.
Yeah, well. Are you sure you're not projecting? What? Who said that?
I gotta look at the little state's attorney. I'm gonna ignore him. Can't talk to me.
Oh, here's another title: The Masturbates Attorney.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, my set looked just like this.
Well, I
But
bet it did.
there was a bed in that corner.
Hmm.
So we started here, and then we moved over there. Jurors, the state's attorney jumped in.
Oh wait, I saw that one. It was like, do you promise to suck this whole dick, nothing but the dick, so help you?
Oh my god, you've
I'm gonna-
seen it.
I did see that one. That
you
was a
the-
good one.
So you helped me get my car out there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. You had one of our prospects going after you.
Oh my god, this is giving me flashbacks from life. Oh my god. Look at that swagger.
I think he's hurt.
He's fragile. I like him fragile.
You break people that are fragile.
When's this gonna start? I got things to do. Excuse me, places to be, people to do. What's going on?
Oh God. Hopefully not in this courtroom.
Excuse me,
Yes,
mustache man.
Yep.
Is lunch provided?
Lunch is not provided.
What kind of show are y'all running? Ask me if they're serving lunch. I'm gonna be here all fucking day.
Court,
I'm
man.
forced to be here.
No,
Yep.
there's
Don't worry. Court's gonna start
Food
pretty soon,
dispenser.
okay? Just sit tight for me.
there's vending
Just saying.
machines in
They make me come
in the
here, but don't
lobby.
provide me with food. I don't
There's
understand.
vending machines.
Hey,
in the
Mr.
lobby.
Pearson.
Yes, sir.
I believe
Mr.
that
Cute
gentleman
Pants.
in the back over there in the suit with the glasses on has some cases he needs to discuss with me.
Looks like a spy.
Which one's that? The one
Check his ID.
Yeah, the one
Blonde?
sitting on his own. Yep, the blonde
Okay.
gentleman.
needs to
Oh, that
discuss
doesn't work.
cases.
Yep, that's what the judge told
Let's
me.
go work like
Give
that.
me
We
a
can
sec.
try
I'll
it though.
chat with him.
Thank you.
That works. Oh, yours smells so good.
Is this allowed?
Don't worry about what the fuck's not allowed. I'll do what I want.
Did you have some cases here today, sir?
Yeah, just one, possibly two.
Check his ID. He's a spy.
What are you know the case numbers?
Locker room back at the office.
9. It was
I heard under
a
wraps.
misdemeanor warrant because I was not in the country. I was
Do you
greeted by
have, do you
police.
have an
He's not in the
active
country.
warrant for your arrest?
He's
No, so that was sorted out and it was issued with a new fine to appear in court today. And then another officer said I had another one. That is booked in for next year, but I was hoping to get it
Take
sorted
him to
out today.
jail. Who said that?
You obviously said that.
Shut the fuck up.
It was some officer in a blue Charger.
Okay, one second.
Oh Jesus! Give me flashbacks. Oh, I saw the judge in there. You see him? Wearing.
Oh my god, where's he at?
He was through the door when he opened it.
Oh my god, he is all man. Look at him. Oh my god.
You need help. You need to go to that fucking
What?
rehab center.
One. I've already been to like multiple.
The sex addict one.
Oh, been there, done that. I
Yeah,
slept with
So
the
no,
counselor.
it
obviously it
looks
didn't work.
like
He had to resign.
yeah, you had a failure to appear warrant. You got a court date of
No
today.
running at the pool, please.
Yeah.
But hang on.
My head is just. Can you hold my wig?
Yeah, sure.
So it's for a traffic citation. You don't actually need to appear in court today. When they cited and released you,
Oh, that
you had
fucking
7
feels
days
good.
to opt if
Why
you
does
wanted to
this
challenge
stink?
that or
Where
not.
has this been?
If you didn't challenge it by
Smells
now,
like
back to
then
fucking Ellis River.
too late.
Back to me then.
I was
Then
just told to
fucking take it.
appear today to sort them out.
Okay, well, you're welcome to speak to the judge about it.
Okay.
I just want to pay for
What
them.
is this consistency on my hand? What is
Both
this
of them.
substance
Okay.
on my hand?
That's fine.
Suck
Just let the
the weapon
judge
off your
know that,
pants.
and he'll issue.
Is this
He'll
toxic?
still let you find him out.
Am I gonna
Okay,
die?
sweet. Yeah,
Okay.
because I kept getting pulled over because my plate come back.
Well,
He's
I
a spy.
try to show up to court next time.
Yeah.
This guy to the left looks like he has a warrant.
Knock, knock, judge. Guess I don't knock loud enough. Talk to Mr. Kaiser Schlabberausch. He may have had a case, so he I guess it's just a fail to appear warrant. It's already technically resolved. So, yeah, it was one of those situations. He had a traffic infraction he failed to appear on. It caused an issue, warrant to be issued. But once that warrant was resolved, he doesn't actually need to come in anymore. But he's here, so I guess he'll just want to talk to you.
Oh, but did he pay out the original fine?
That I don't know.
Because if they haven't, then we need them back here for the next court date. So we'll deal with him. We'll just look up his case when he comes up.
Okay, perfect. Other than that, I think we're all ready to rock and roll.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks, sir.
All right. Just let the bailiff know.
All right. All right, we're good to go, Sergeant.
All right.
Mr. State's attorney, big man.
Hey, bailiff.
All rise.
For who? What the fuck?
The judge.
Who the fuck is he?
The guy with that's naked.
This
underneath
honorable
the
court,
dress.
being the superior
Only
court
rise
of
for
the
Jesus
state
Christ.
of San
Stand
Andreas
up.
in the city of Los
Why?
Santos, is now open
Oh my
and sitting for
fucking
the
God.
dispatch of its business. God save the state and this honorable court. The Honorable Judge Rehnquist presiding.
Do we clap or something?
No.
You may be
Thank you.
seated.
We don't clap.
We don't.
Oh, okay. He said sit down, stupid.
Yes.
Alrighty, welcome to my courtroom. Please be respectful, follow decorum. Don't make my deputies and bailiffs here have
Where's
to
decorum,
lock you up.
The opposite of what you do.
Mr. Pearson, if you want to enter an appearance on the record and then get started, I believe we have a show cause coming up first here.
Yes, Judge, thank you. On behalf of the state in all matters going forward on today's docket, I'm Justin Pearson. My bar number is 239087.
And do we have the defendant in the courtroom, or is he in custody?
Jose Dela Cruz, to my knowledge, is in custody at this time.
Okay.
And his attorney, Mr. William Stewart, is present here as well.
All right, Sergeant, can you get him brought up from the custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr.
That's right.
Stewart, you're here on behalf of
Fine.
Mr. Dela Cruz again?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's just wait for him to get up here, and then you can make your formal appearance as well.
Right hand, left hand side. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, I know. I'm about to go find it right now. Bull pen. I think you have it. No, you don't have it pinned. If you there we go. No, I found it. Perfect. I'm just gonna it, or did you send it to me? Perfect. Yeah.
Oh my god, look at this fucking criminal.
I haven't. Even though I know the name of my character,
I am
but still.
keeping it down.
Your Honor, can I ask that my
just
client
gonna-
be taken out of cuffs for this hearing?
Mr. Dela Cruz, you gonna misbehave?
No, sir.
Oh my god, misbehave.
All right. Bailiff, you can remove his handcuffs.
Yes, Your Honor.
The state's attorney has an ugly backhand.
It's pretty it's like a straight line.
This aftershave smells like baby diapers.
Are you sure that's not you?
All right. Mr. Stewart, you can make your appearance here and then we'll get started.
Yes, Your Honor. It's William T. Stewart. Bar number's 241053 for defense.
All right. This is a show cause order in case number 0124, State of San Andreas versus Jose Dela Cruz, the defendant. Mr. Dela Cruz, I'm going to remind you of a couple things, even though we've already spoken about these things several times, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to your attorney and to have him present. If you cannot afford an attorney, one is being provided. And you can decide any time to not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand the rights that you have?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. To Mr. Pearson, then.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're all fairly familiar with this case. We are here on a show cause hearing. This is the third time the state has had to show cause Mr. Dela Cruz for actions that violate his probation. As I stand here today, the allegations are as follows. The first allegation is that on or about November 21st of 2024, the defendant, Jose Dela Cruz, violated his mandated curfew by being outside of his residence between 1800 and 0700 hours, per Deputy Stolas's report number 50705, which has been entered into evidence. Second allegation is that on or about the same date, the defendant was placed under arrest by Deputy Stolas for the crime of driving while suspended or revoked under Vehicle Code 14601.1 under the same report number 50705. At this time, Your Honor, the state is requesting that you follow through with the previous sentence you issued, which is a 6-month suspended sentence.
All right, Mr. Dela Cruz, we spoke about this the last time. Your attorney can answer for you if he'd like to, but the way that this works is you're not pleading guilty or not guilty to an allegation here. You're simply whether you're going to admit that the violation alleged by the state here is true or not true. As to count one, that you're outside your house, I do have a couple of questions for you if you feel like answering for me. I'd like to know why you are back here the third time after this whole conversation, everything we did to try to make it work for you.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Whoever's whispering in the gallery, please keep it down.
Your Honor, my client is here for the third time due to a incident where one late night around 12 he had got off work. After getting off, he was already close to Polito with the not getting paid until a week after. He went to go collect his last check from his previous employer, which was the bail bonds company, or the bounty hunting company, my apologies. That's when he was seen by, I believe it was a Mr. Stolas and a Corporal Adams driving out past his curfew. They then made a stop under the grounds of him being out past his curfew, where he explained to him that he had no food at home. The last $20 left in his bank account, he had to make the decision whether he was going to be able to purchase gas or food. So he made the decision to purchase gas and then make his way up before getting home to collect his last check, so he'd be able to provide food and pay his bills, Your Honor.
Okay, why was he doing that at 4:07 a.m.?
My client did not get off work until 2 a.m. He got back at the depot, 3 a.m. He got back at the depot at 12. But once they get back, they have to clean the trucks, organize before they are officially off work. So right around the time when he got off was 3 a.m. to 3:30, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Dela Cruz, do you have any explanation as to why you didn't just go straight home and you pick the money up in the morning? I mean, 4 a.m. seems like a really weird time to go collect a paycheck to me.
I was hungry. And during my garbage truck route, sometimes I go by like the fast food places. I get some food that way, but they didn't throw any food out, so I didn't find any burgers in the trash. So I was really hungry.
Please take your hat off in the courtroom,
anything you
sir.
say here can be used against you. And what you're telling me is that you were driving for non-essential purposes while you were working also, which is something we talked about last time. You shouldn't have been digging through dumpsters while you were on the job. But anyways, I gave you a lot of leeway here. I'm trying to understand this, but you gave me an excuse about the time delay last time, and I told you the next time that you had something like this to go straight home and not stop anywhere. And it sounds like you didn't do it. So got that, and then by the consequence of that not being a valid reason to drive, that would take us to count 2. So what are your answers as to the allegations here?
I mean, I had the choice to go home and possibly have to go to the hospital and lose a lot of money because I couldn't eat and get sick because I was out of food. Or
you would have gotten sick if you had waited 3 hours and let it be 7 a.m.?
Well, then I still wouldn't be able to drive up that way. I figured I was already in the area and it wasn't that far away.
If you were so low on food that you were going to get sick and go to the hospital at your house, you couldn't have ordered a pizza or something? I mean, you had $20. Sounds like that you could have made that work until 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. the next day.
No, the $20 I had to use for gas to get to work in the morning. So I had to choose between either getting gas for my job and being able to have like a paycheck and a job, or I had to pick food, which wouldn't last that long. So I picked the job, and I figured maybe I could find somebody's throwing out food while I was at work.
Oh my God, spit it out, Junior.
Okay, so just for the record, then your answers as to allegations 1 and 2 are true or not true?
True.
You're admitting those allegations to be true? You understand you're saying that what the state is alleging is correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Honor, me and my client talked previously prior to this while he was being lodged in Bolingbrook. We come to the agreement that under the circumstances that we are alleging that they are true, but we do ask, and I had sent this over to the DA. He hasn't, I'll let him speak on behalf of this after I say it, but that my client go ahead and get time served for the time that he's served on the previous count, which was 2 days, and then now he's been in for around 3 months. So that would bring the time that he would have to serve after this to 5 months and 5 days rather than the full 6 months that he was previously given as a suspended sentence. Along with that, we asked that my client be put into protective custody for the rest of his sentencing due to him being tormented in the general public of prison. They're trying to force him to sell illegal items, and when he's not doing so, they are beating him religiously. My client, if you did not notice, he is walking with a limp due to multiple beatings he has received inside, and for his protective, for him to be protected, we ask that he be put in the protective custody while inside.
State have a position on this?
Your Honor, the state does not object to credit for time served, nor do we object to any special custody status that the court deems necessary. There is also the option that he can, because this sentence is under 1 year in length, he does not need to serve it in the Department of Corrections. He can serve this at any one of the county's substations that has a jail with long-term housing. So whatever, the state does not want to see the defendant injured or coerced or forced to do anything he does not want to do, especially if that would break the law. So whatever will make this the most comfortable for the defendant, that is what it is.
Even with his admission of or acceptance of responsibility, you want to keep your recommendation the same?
With Your Honor, you had issued a 6-month suspended sentence. It is within Your Honor's ability to change that sentence. The state has no position. The state's only request is to revoke probation today. Let's be done with it. Whether you give him a sentence of discharge and let him walk free today, or give him the 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, we're tired of this. We don't think the purposes of probation are being served anymore.
And what is the total time served so far? You said 3 months.
Based on what I see, I believe Mr. Stewart has the same information. It appears that he has served a total of 3 weeks and 3 days in custody on this case since its inception for the original charge.
3 weeks and 3 days. Okay. All right, Mr. Dela Cruz. Here's what we're going to do. I find the allegations to be true. And given that this is the 3rd time you violated probation, I find that for the purpose of probation no longer being served, I am hereby revoking your probation. I'm going to reimpose the suspended sentence with time credit 3 months and 3 days. So you're to serve the balance of that time in a county corrections facility. Your other conditions involving not consuming illegal drugs, not committing other crimes will continue, although obviously the driving portions won't be relevant going forward. And then the curfew is canceled as part of the probation being revoked, but you'll be in the custody of the sheriff for the balance of the time that you owe on your original sentence, sir. Good luck to you.
And Your Honor, did you say he was receiving credit of 3 months and 3 days?
Did we not say 3? Did you say 3 weeks, 3 days time served? Or
It's 3 weeks, Your Honor.
Okay, so he gets credit 3 weeks, 3 days.
That's on me.
We'll make it a whole month because I appreciate that he accepted responsibility for what he did. So we'll take 1 month off time served, so 5 months Los Santos County Sheriff.
And Your Honor, the state is interested in knowing, will you permit the defendant alternative custody programs such as work release in the event that the jail has that, where it would permit him to leave custody to attend work and then turn himself back in at the end of the day?
If the once they process him over there, do their intake evaluation and all that, and they want to recommend something like that to me, I'm certainly willing to entertain it.
Your Honor, and for your awareness as well, I had spoke with my client. He has secured his job as far as going behind bars, and I'm sure his boss would be happy with that as well. Don't put him a worker down. Schedules don't have to be rearranged, etc. If other ways, my client has got his affairs in order. He does have a neighbor that's able to look after his house, or his cousin is his neighbor that's able to look after his house and everything. Along with that, his boss is aware of the suspended sentence from prior and will be updated accordingly after the proceeding of today has ended and your verdict has been passed down.
All right, so Mr. Stewart, get me an evaluation from the prison team there, whoever manages the work release stuff on that side. Get me some paper on what they think as far as whether that will work. I'm not going to make a ruling on it one way or the other until those guys get a chance to formally write up their evaluation like they would do on flight risk, all the other stuff. And we will check in on that. However, the probation is discharged. It's revoked. And I will grant the protective custody request for the safety of Mr. Dela Cruz.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. What do we have next on the docket? Let me see. Bailiff, will you bring in Deputy Adams? We'll do his traffic case next.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's down the holding cell.
All right, Deputy Adams, come step up to the prosecutor's table there.
Can I go ahead and just kind of
And
cut
Mr.
through and
Lofton, are you
quickly
here?
go into the thing?
Yeah, yes, Your
Oh
Honor.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
All
come
right,
on in.
step forward.
Okay, I'm just gonna, Matt, if you just want to move,
To
just
the front here.
I'm just gonna.
No, I'm sorry, Deputy Adams, go back to
There
the
we go.
table behind you
There
on
you
the
go.
other side.
Don't mind me.
And gentlemen, make sure your shouting voice is on.
Your client probably shouldn't be up there yet.
Yeah, I just told him.
So how does it feel to be the assistant district
Alright, so
attorney,
this
Matt?
is a traffic infraction case. Give me a moment to pull up the details here.
Why do I always get the fucking like people who want to be held in
Mr.
contempt of
Lofton, it's
court?
being alleged here.
Seriously?
That
Fucking Mike
you.
and Mark said
Well,
they'd
let
be
me read
okay
you your
with
rights
it.
first. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney, have him present with you here. Because it's a traffic offense, you don't qualify for a public defender, so you'd have to pick an attorney at your own expense if you wanted one. Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So it's alleged that on October 28th, 2024 at 17:30 hours at the area of 8210 Magellan Avenue, there was a red light violation. Since Deputy Adams is with us here today, we'll hear from him first and then give you a chance to respond, Mr. Lofton.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Matt, you may want to let him know that you represent him as an attorney.
And Your Honor, my name is Deputy Brody Adams. I'm employed as a sheriff's deputy by the Los Santos County Sheriff's Office. I've been
That's done
employed by
talking.
the Sheriff's Office for 3
Yeah,
months.
he's doing this is his testimony.
On October 28th, I was on duty in uniform with a badge displayed, and I was operating a marked Sheriff's Office patrol car when I observed the defendant fail to obey a red traffic signal by failing to stop and remain stopped at the traffic signal at the intersection of Magellan and Goma Street. I then stopped the vehicle on San Andreas Avenue, where I identified the defendant, Mr. James Lofton, by his San Andreas license. Also identified the vehicle with the license plate of 85SAK974. I then issued a traffic citation for the red light violation. It is also worth noting the defendant did refuse to identify himself initially on the traffic stop.
But I take it he did eventually identify himself to you willingly?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lofton,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to hear your version of events here. Do you have an attorney with you today?
Your Honor, Michael Baskin, bar 241153, representing Mr. Lofton.
And you need to decide,
Okay.
do you want to cross-examine him and ask him any questions
What would you like
first?
to do, sir?
Yeah, we'd like to cross-examine Deputy Adams, sir.
All right. Deputy Adams, come forward, or the bailiff will swear you in, and then you'll take the witness seat to my left.
Ooh, we technically should have sworn him in to begin with. We didn't. Oh well, it's fine.
Okay. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you may be seated.
Your Honor, may I proceed?
You're a witness.
Deputy Adams, I have just a couple questions for you today. My first one is going to be, when did you become aware of Mr. Lofton's vehicle initially? Was it as he was approaching this intersection that he allegedly ran through?
Yes, I saw the vehicle initially when he approached the intersection.
And Mr. Adams, were you aware of or did you observe this vehicle at any other capacity prior to this incident?
No.
Okay, Deputy Adams, just a couple more here from me on my side. The statement that Mr. Lofton refused to identify himself, did he give you any specific reason and or ask for a supervisor to be present before answering or identifying himself?
Yes, he did. He did ask for a supervisor.
Okay, and once the supervisor was present, he did identify himself without any trouble?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and upon allegedly running through the red light, can you confirm the light's color before he entered the intersection?
Yes, it was yellow at the time of entry of the intersection.
So it was a yellow light as he was entering the intersection, not a red one?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Very well. Deputy Adams, you can go back to the prosecutor's table there. All right, Deputy Adams, do you have anything you wish to say in closing?
Nothing further, sir.
All right, so because this is a trial, bench trial, I'm assuming your client wishes to plead not guilty. So I enter a not guilty plea on it, unless you have something other for me, Mr. Baskin.
He'd like to plead enter a not guilty plea, sir.
Okay, not guilty plea being entered. Deputy Adams, you said when you were being questioned by counsel, you admitted or you made the statement that the light was yellow when the vehicle entered the intersection.
Yes, Your Honor.
So can you help me understand why you believe that's a red light violation?
Yeah, I can, Your Honor. The light was the color of yellow, and then mid-intersection it turned the color red, sir.
So where in the vehicle code are you going off of? Are you looking at 21453?
As far as I'm aware of, yes, sir.
All right, well, with all that said, if you have nothing else, and the defense has nothing else, the court's ready to make a ruling.
Your Honor, we would just like to publicly state, just for the record, that as per Vehicle Code Section 21452, a driver facing a steady circular yellow or yellow arrow signal is by that signal warned that the relating green movement is ending. Indication will be shown immediately thereafter. With the light being yellow, we do not believe this ticket is justified, Your Honor.
All right. And then I see there's a video entered into the record here. Are we using that as evidence, or are we not using that?
Yes, Your Honor. Upon review of the video on the defense side, we do clearly see that the vehicle was inside the intersection with a yellow indication.
Okay, I'll be honest. I watched that video and I wish it had run a couple seconds earlier because I couldn't really see anything other than the fact that he was already in that intersection after it was red. I couldn't see when the light changed, but my ruling here is not guilty. 21.452 shows a yellow, like you said, yellow light is an indication that a stop signal is imminent, but Deputy Adams admitted that the driver entered while the light was still yellow, so going off the facts before me, I find that the defendant did not commit the infraction alleged herein.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What?
All right, so Mr. Lofton, just make sure you stop by the clerk, get a copy of the paperwork showing the dismissal, and there'll be nothing further for you to take care of here. Thank you for coming in.
Is my
Thank
case
you, Your
next?
Honor.
Is that
Have a
why
good
you're
day.
saying all that?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Congratulations, Mr. Lofton.
Is my case
Thank you.
next?
Thank
Is
you.
that
Good
why
work.
you said all
Invoice,
that?
let me know.
Oh, sorry, mail's on strike.
I have no idea. I don't know what's happening next. I just work here.
Aren't you the DA?
Eh, sometimes.
This motherfucker said sometimes. It's wild.
All right, Mr. Pearson, did you have something for me on 0110?
Oh, is that a traffic citation, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. State moves to dismiss.
As an interest of justice?
We're lacking critical witnesses, Your Honor. And the case has gone on for too long. So yes, in the interest of justice, not prolonging the case.
A dismissal with or without prejudice?
With, Your Honor.
Damn! Look at Pearson. Double cheek dump on a Sunday evening. No. Nuh-uh.
Approved.
All right, 0110
Oh, did you?
for Mr. Shane Barnes is dismissed with prejudice. In the interest
Ooh, I'm
of
sweating
justice,
after that one, boys.
we'll close
Thank you,
that
Judge.
case out.
Dude, I heard that whole thing. You're not fucking bad, Matthew.
0115 criminal case, Justin A. Saunders.
Is that my guy?
It's Justina.
Okay, I have to quickly change Dennis. I'll be right back. 30 seconds.
Are you? Oh, you're
The
prosecuting,
person
right?
listed on this record is Justin Saunders.
It's sure, but it's Justina.
Okay, I'm happy to call
Frank
you whatever
Portola.
you'd like. I just like to make sure we have the right person here with us.
Yes, that's me. Thank you.
Okay, you may come forward.
Arnold Lewandowski.
Oh my God! So
If
what do I
you
get?
may say.
That's so
Your Honor, I'll be
Where do I go?
swapping out with my ADA, Mr. Portola. He'll be in the courtroom momentarily.
Understood.
Alright.
Am I attorney?
Co-counsel, if you will.
Yeah.
And Justina, you said, do you prefer any particular Mr., Mrs., Miss?
Miss, please.
Miss Saunders, okay.
Lord.
All right, so I'm Judge Ryan Quist, like you may have heard. I've got a couple things I got to read you here. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, including this court. You have the right to an attorney and to have him present before and during any questioning or giving evidence. You have the right to call witnesses, to compel witnesses to testify as to the events alleged here. We will move forward. I believe today we're just doing an arraignment for you. So do you understand the rights that I have just read?
What's an arraignment?
So,
I'm
Val,
joking. I'm joking. Yes, I know.
this is when
Okay.
you can tell him you can read off the sentence I sent you, unless you want to talk to Justina about accepting the plea offer. There is a plea offer in the
Yeah.
case. So you can ask for more time if you want to just step out in the hall.
Miss Saunders, please don't be threatening your attorney in the open court.
Hold on. Whoopsies.
I'll have appearances for the record.
Is this when I tell him everything? My name and all that?
Let Matt go first, then yes, then you.
Beautiful. Matt, speak!
People.
Damn it!
Your Honor, I'd like to first introduce myself, Frank Portola for the state 249153.
All right, and then for the defense?
Your Honor, my name is Arnold Lewandowski. Bond number 241204.
All right. This being an arraignment, we're going to go through some things about the charges that are in front of you, Ms. Saunders. I'm not going to make any judgment today as to whether or not you did anything. I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case until you've had a chance to speak with your attorney and review how you're going to respond to things. This is not a trial. I just want to remind you again that anything you do say here, the state's two guys are standing right there that are ready to write down anything you say. So just want to make sure you're aware of that. But see you. So the state has presented to me an indictment, basically a document showing formal criminal charges, and it's alleged that on November the 24th of this year, you were arrested for several charges while driving a black truck, a coil truck. You familiar with the incident that we're talking about today?
I object.
Okay, that's not for you to do. You have a lawyer for that, and I'm just asking if you're familiar with the incident. You don't really have to answer, but
I am familiar with the harassment by the
gone.
LSSO. Yes.
Okay, that is not what I asked you. Are you familiar with the incident that we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, because you're facing felony charges, there are certain things I need to warn you about. If you're convicted on the offense of reckless evading, which is a violation of section 2800.2 of the San Andreas Vehicle Code, there are certain civil rights losses you may encounter, such as your right to own a firearm, your right to vote. There are some other things that go along with that, so I want to make sure you get in touch with your attorney here and he explains all of that to you. So it's alleged that count 1 is reckless evading, a felony.
Jesus.
It's alleged that you did flee or attempt to elude a pursuing peace officer.
Allegedly.
I said it's alleged.
Just making sure.
Okay, so it's alleged that you willfully fled or attempted to elude a pursuing peace officer, and that you operated your vehicle in a willful or wanton disregard for the safety of property or persons. The person driving the vehicle, which is you, upon conviction, shall be punished by imprisonment in the state prison or by confinement in the county jail for not less than 6 months. So there's a mandatory minimum here, not more than 1 year.
Oh, I love
The court may also impose a fine of not less than $1,000, not more than $10,000, or may impose that imprisonment or confinement and fine, both.
That you sent me.
And for the purposes
after
of
the arraignment is
discharge,
over.
willful or wanton disregard for the
Although
safety
actually,
of
this actually is a formal
but is not limited to
arraignment, so
driving
you
or
don't need to
fleeing or
waive the
attempting to
formal.
elude
You can
a
just say
pursuing peace
that
officer,
you're,
during which time
you've
3 or
received the
more
complaint,
violations that are assigned
you're
to traffic
entering a not
violation
guilty plea
when
and
count
protecting all
occur or
rights under state and
damage to
federal
property
constitutions.
You mean reserve all rights?
Count 2
Yeah,
being
whatever it is.
charged as a misdemeanor.
I hear this shit every day at work.
Is that you
It's all right.
did willfully flee or attempt to elude a pursuing peace officer in
then,
violation of
if I
Vehicle
do
Code
want to pull
Section
Justina into the
2800.1,
hall and talk to her about
and
it,
that you willfully drove that vehicle
Yeah, just
on
let
a highway in
once
a
the
direction
arraignment's
opposite
over
to that in
and
which
you've done
traffic
everything and he
lawfully
releases
moves
you
upon the
guys,
highway,
just
you are liable
take her
to
out there and ask her if
imprisonment
she
for
has
not
any
less
interest
than
in
6
resolving.
months or more than 1 year in a county jail or imprisonment in the state prison, or by a fine of not less than $1,000, not more than $10,000, or both by that fine and imprisonment. Do you understand?
I object, but yes.
this guy.
Okay. You're also being charged with criminal threats. That's section 422, title 11.5, part 1 of the Penal Code.
It's a man. Let's be real.
Any person who willfully threatens to commit a crime which will result in death or grave bodily injury to another person with the specific intent that the statement made verbally, in writing, or by means of an electronic communications device is to be taken as a threat, even if there is no intent of actually carrying it out, which under the circumstance in which it's made is so unequivocal, unconditional, immediate, and specific as to convey to the person threatened a gravity of purpose and an immediate prospect of execution of the threat, which thereby causes that person reasonably to be in sustained fear for his or her own safety or for his or her immediate family safety. The punishment in this charge is imprisonment in the county jail not to exceed 1 year or by imprisonment in the state prison. There is no fine amount specified. And count 4 is a failure to appear. So you signed a traffic ticket and then didn't come to court for it, it sounds like.
I object.
Bro.
You gonna do something, guy, or just stand there look pretty?
I'm just reading the charges. We're not at the point where we're objecting to things. This is just me reading to you what the state has presented to me as charges against you.
It's fucking bullshit.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll remind you you're required to maintain a civil decorum in the courtroom. You don't do that kind of language here. You do that, you're going to go sit in the jail cells while we do all the other cases, and then I'll bring you back up here if I hear that again. You understand?
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Lewandowski, with all the charges being read, do you want to enter a plea at this point?
Yes, Your Honor. We're in receipt of a charging instrument listing 4 charges, and we reserve all rights under state and federal constitution and enter a plea of not guilty and request a pre-trial conference date.
All right. Plea of not guilty is entered. I'll let the people address the matter.
I just say I have no objection, right?
Yeah, no
As
objection to setting a PTC date.
Bond, Mr. Baskin, what do you think?
No objection to the PTC, Your Honor.
And she's already posted bail and is
Okay, we'll
out.
schedule a PTC, and then what are we thinking about bond?
She's already
What
posted
is-
bail, Your Honor.
What is the condition of that bail currently? What
I
did
need
she,
help with
what
that.
did she post? Do we know?
Yeah, I got it.
Just one moment, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Justin Pearson. The stipulation of the posting bail is standard conditions to notify the court of address, not return to the scene of the crime or contact the victims, obey all laws, and then I believe that's all that we have on that.
Would the state be willing and ready to provide probable cause statements for each of these charges at this time, or do you want to wait for the pretrial conference?
We are prepared with the probable cause statements if that is what defense wants, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewandowski?
Yeah, I'll need you to
So
take
just
lead.
no
Help me on this
objection.
one.
So should I just no objection? None.
Sir?
My apologies, Your Honor. We take no position.
All right. Mr. Baskin then, or Mr. Pearson, go ahead with the probable cause for charges or counts 1 through 4.
Thank you, Your Honor. One moment.
Fuck
Can you
Dennis.
hand me my tablet? Thank you.
Gotcha.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. So the state does not intend to address the warrant as a part of our charging instrument. That was a previous charge already issued. The state is going to allege counts 1 through 4. In count 1, on or about November 24th, 2024, in Los Santos County, San Andreas, Justin L. Saunders did knowingly evade a peace officer in a motor vehicle in a reckless manner, likely to cause death or serious bodily injury to others on the road. Pardon me. In count 2, on or about the same date, Los Santos County, San Andreas, the same defendant did evade a peace officer in a motor vehicle while traveling in the opposing lanes of travel of a designated roadway. In count 3, on or about the same date, the same defendant in Los Santos County, San Andreas did knowingly resist, delay, or obstruct peace officers while attempting to elude them on foot. And in count 4, the same defendant, same date, Los Santos County, San Andreas, did knowingly threaten to cause harm or bodily injury to Deputy Antonio Noble of the Los Santos County Sheriff's Office, contrary to the laws, statutes, ordinances, in such made and provided against the peace and dignity of Los Santos County.
Okay, so as to 1 and 2, marked vehicles, lights, sirens activated, all that good stuff.
Your Honor, that is correct. Per the report I have, Deputy Stolas was the initiating deputy of a traffic stop, along with Captain Gibson. Both deputies were operating marked Sheriff's Office patrol motorcycles, and they were assisted by multiple other deputies operating marked patrol SUVs.
All right, and then as to count 3, can you kind of elaborate on the threat made?
I would have to take a peek back at body camera footage, Your Honor. It was a threat of physical bodily injury made directly at Deputy Noble.
Okay, and we have a statement from him in the record on that.
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. He's prepared to testify if this goes to trial.
All right, I will find probable cause to proceed on all 4 of these charges. Did we ever figure out what the bond was actually set to when Miss Saunders got out?
It was 15,000, Your Honor.
15,000. Do you know cash or surety?
Surety. Cash, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Saunders also appears to have had a warrant from out of state. I don't know if that's taken care of, but we can deal with that later. Okay. So does the state have a position as to resetting the bond for Miss Saunders, or you want to let it continue? I'm going to impose some conditions here, but I mean, 15,000 seems awfully low for getting in a high-speed chase in the wrong side of the highway, allegedly, and then threatening to hurt a police officer.
We have no position on it, Your Honor.
All right, well, I'm gonna reset it at $50,000 cash or surety.
Oh my, say something. Oh my God.
Further, you're not to leave this state. You're not to commit any new crimes. You're to report to this court as designated by a probation or parole officer once per week. You're not to consume any illegal drugs.
I object.
Alcohol. Not to possess firearms or other weapons. Do you have a valid driver's license in this state?
I object to everything.
Noted. Do you have a valid driver's license in this state?
I plead the 5th.
Do you have
Mr. Pearson, does Miss Saunders have a valid driver's license?
Your Honor, I need 1 minute to pull that information up through DMV's database.
Do me a favor.
They're not gonna raise
I'm
my
looking.
bond because I didn't do anything.
Oh, you're looking. All right. Mr. Portola will have that information for you momentarily.
Just yes or no. Do you have a driver's license?
I have a driver's license. They're happy.
Your Honor,
Okay.
the state can validate there is indeed a valid driver's license.
All right, so you can keep driving. I'm not going to impose any conditions related to that at this time. Just be aware that based on these charges, could result in a possible suspension or revocation of your privilege to drive on the roads of this state. So for now, the bond is reset at 50,000 cash or surety with those conditions. Normally, I would include a condition for you to make no contact with the complaining witness, but the complaining witness, both of them are police officers, so I'm not going to impose anything related to that. So your conditions, Miss Saunders, no new crimes, no drugs, no alcohol at all. The next time you come back, you'll be tested for that.
I object.
Okay.
Object to that.
And I'm also going to place a
I
GPS
wanna
monitor on you.
drink.
So you need to wear an ankle monitor at all times. You're responsible for keeping it charged. If it loses battery, that is not an
Excuse me,
excuse.
I have a question about this GPS thing. I
Go
don't think
ahead.
that's allowed on the sets that for my work.
What do you have an alternative solution in mind?
Just not having it at all
Okay, no. You're charged with some serious crimes here, including a
because of the
felony.
harassment.
It's not.
Remember, I told you not to speak about the facts of the case right now.
I'm trying to get shit done. Just saying.
Do you have ties to the community?
Yes.
Would you like to tell me some of those?
I volunteer at the homeless shelter sometimes because they're broke and I'm not, so I like to help out. I'm in the adult entertainment industry, so I make everyone happy. I mean, that's a connection to the community, right?
You work
Your
locally?
Honor, she's a prostitute.
Sometimes,
I
depends
don't
on the
know.
set.
Okay. I am going to impose a further condition that you surrender your passport to the court clerk.
I object.
You're not to leave the state, so you certainly won't need your passport. You have quite a bit of money, it seems, and I don't think $50,000 is really going to pose much of an obstacle to you getting back out on the street today, from what I understand from the documents before me here. So you're to surrender your passport so that I know you're not going to go flee the country to
Matt?
Wait, do I have to pay more money?
Yep. Matt, you could
Yes.
But why?
motion the court to
It's
revoke
a bond,
bond
though. So if you win
and
the
have her
case,
held in
like you're
custody.
saying that you didn't do any
if
of this,
she keeps
then
saying
the money
goofy
is
shit.
returned to you.
But I didn't do
And-
anything to get up.
I'm trying to
This
get
is
her to shut up, so.
I find probable cause to proceed on the charges presented to me by the state, which means that now we have to take this to where either you come up with your attorney and a deal with the state, a plea bargain, or we go to trial. There's a couple steps in between then and now. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but and just reiterating your conditions of release should you post that. And I will remind you here that it's a $50,000 cash or surety bond, so you can use a bail bondsman if you'd like, but I don't think you would need to based on your self-declared wealth there. So at this time, I'm gonna have the bailiff take you into custody.
Hold on. No, wait. Are you gonna do something? Or are you just gonna sit there? Like, I don't understand.
What? Oh, am I
Mr.
allowed
Lewandowski, you
ask
wish to say anything further?
When I will. Like, I'm just. You're
Bailiff,
gonna just take me into
the
custody.
defendant into custody.
This is ridiculous.
Ma'am, please stand
Your
up.
Honor,
Don't let him talk first. You sit there.
Ma'am,
Stand
I
right
need
Your
to
there.
stand
Honor,
up.
may
Hold on,
I,
Mr. Lewandowski. Your client needs to comply with the bailiff first.
Justina, please, just.
No, I'm gonna
stand
go to
up.
jail
I
because of
will-
harassment. Is that what that's
You're
happening?
not going to jail. You're just being put
Ma'am.
in.
What you mean, dog? I ain't going to jail. He put me in cuffs, dog. What you
Ma'am,
talking about?
relax.
Keep
We're
your voice
relaxing.
down.
Your
Come
Honor,
on,
on
come
behalf of the state, given Ms. Saunders' non-compliance here, we are going to motion to revoke bail.
What you talk about? Getting handcuffed.
Fuck.
Yep, so bail's revoked here. My initial thought was 50,000, but based on that outburst, I'm thinking more like, I don't know, do the people have a ballpark figure that they think might be appropriate? Because it appears this
150?
defendant has substantial
Yeah,
wealth.
I was going to say
so
150.
I don't think $50,000 is going to make enough of a deterrent to ensure her continued appearance here.
Your Honor, we'd like request that she'd be held until trial at this point.
What the shit?
Ma'am, I'm gonna ask you to remain calm.
Oh, so no, see this
You're
bullshit.
you're gonna catch more charges, Miss Saunders. You're gonna get contempt of court if you keep swearing.
Come on, we going. Let's go. Come on, what we doing?
And Your
I'm
Honor,
tired
we'd
of
like
this
to
shit.
also request that we schedule the trial for February.
All right, well,
And so just make people just get arrested for nothing, huh? Get up warrants, bullshit.
all right. Mr. Lewandowski, the people are now asking for no bail to be issued. What's your position?
Oh, y'all have to be present for this? Okay,
What's
present for
your-
this.
what's
Ass
your
fucking.
position
Okay.
on this one?
Hey, relax.
Ma'am, that is the fourth time I have admonished you about your language in my courtroom. We will
Saying,
not have that here.
We ain't gonna talk about the warrant. That's bullshit. Raising my bond.
That's the
This,
fifth
You're not
time.
gonna
That's-
disrespect the judge.
Justina, please, please, just remain calm. I will do what I can. I'm court appointed, but I will do what I can. Just please save me the headache in my old age.
Miss Saunders, I'm warning you now. I hear one more expletive, you're in contempt of court.
Man, bullshit.
please hurry
I need
up
to-
so I can continue and
Ma'am,
leave.
I need to head back behind the desk, please.
You need to stand where you were sitting before. Right there is fine. Okay, Mr. Lewandowski, what's your proposal for bail here?
Your Honor, I'd like to object for the no bail, but if you reject it, we are prepared for trial in February.
Well, I mean, I understand you object to no bail, but you got to give me some sort of other proposal. You know, what would you think would be a reasonable amount, or how do we address the public safety concerns, the flight
I-
risk, etc.?
Your Honor, I understand that completely. I would say a more reasonable number would perhaps be maybe closer to 100,000. And as far as public safety, if I would have, if I could have a moment with my client, I would like to discuss the public safety and the plea offer as well, if you would allow me.
That's fine. Bailiff, will you escort them into the jury room behind me?
Yes, Your Honor.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Dude, if she
Yes, sir.
if she touches me, I'm running. I'll be like, fuck this bitch. I gotta decline this.
I'm going to this room right here, okay?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh my lord.
Sarge is gonna be pissed.
Due to your outbursts and your threats to the lawyer, I'm going to leave you remaining cuffs. And sir, we will be right outside the door. You can knock if
Deteriorated? Man, I
There
was
we
about to object
I wonder
to
if
them
I
even talking.
Oh.
Mr. Suit and Tie, if I may.
Your Honor, now may be a good time to call any walk-in matters.
I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Your Honor, it may be a good time to call a walk-in case if there's anyone here who wants to handle a ticket or something.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll put this one in we'll adjourn this case and we'll move over to any walk-in cases that are here.
Jesus Christ, this is why we don't do court-appointed things. Become a lawyer, they said. That would be fun.
Slobberoach.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So the plea offer criminal plain. She's saying that Justina is saying that it was
Yeah, step forward.
warrant.
Hello. Just up to there or here?
Right there is fine at that
No, I
desk
know.
or that table right there.
Okay.
So you are Kaiser. How do you say the last name?
Kaiser Slabberoich, common spelling. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So give me just a minute. Let me pull up your ticket here.
Hate this shit, man. Okay, supplemental report, out-of-state warrant, FTA warrant. Okay, there we go. Port. What was this? Just in Saunders. Okay.
So you're here on a
prostitution.
failure to appear
Lovely.
warrant. Failure to keep to the right side of the road was the original citation.
Warrant. Here's this other
You planning to
warrant.
just pay the
But
fine,
this
or
one doesn't
what you
tell me.
what do you want to do here?
Failure to appear from
Yeah,
written
I just want to pay the fine. I was put
What is
over by
Warrant
an
issued for
officer
failure to
saying I
appear.
had a
There we go.
second
So
one.
she failed to
as
appear
well.
on a traffic ticket. However, the traffic
But
ticket
he
was a
couldn't
warning.
Tell me what
So
it
that
was
warrant
for.
initially was an invalid warrant.
Yeah, I see
Problem
the
is-
other one here. Hold on.
Problem is, she straight up wouldn't get out of the car to talk to me. Which is a whole new set of crimes. The warrant is irrelevant. She has to step out, and then she fled in a vehicle. So it's like a whole thing.
So I'm seeing where you're confused here. The
Devin.
warrant. Oops. Thank you.
So basically, it looks like the second warrant issued after we gave you a rollover on your first court date and canceled that warrant. So it appears they're both stemming from the same offense. So it's a simple traffic infraction. So if you want to just pay it, we can close it out. You get a point on your license.
Yeah, I've paid for the 48671. I believe the number of the citation was. The officer that pulled me over said literally on that day he pulled me over, he said another one went out on the day he pulled me over.
Okay, yeah, no, I see that you've paid that one. So I will clear these warrants from the system, and you can just make your make sure you stop by the clerk on your way out, and you should be all set, sir. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Yep, of course. Do we have any other walk-in cases? I think there's one or two more. Maybe they're out in the lobby.
Is anybody else here to speak to the judge about a case?
I believe my spidey senses are telling me there's one coming in from the lobby.
It's mine. I'm gonna have to go change again.
All right, sir, are you here for a traffic ticket?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, you could step up then. I'll take your case now.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. Traffic.
What's your...
Say that again, please, Your Honor.
What's your name, sir?
Shane Piston.
Okay.
Oh my god. I hate it here.
And what charge are you here today to contest, sir?
Piston, I believe.
Not contest. I just want to sort it out.
What are we talking about?
I believe I had a misdemeanor, which I'm still getting used to what that means in this country. I failed to appear, and I was literally on the way to the police station in Sandy Shores.
Can I request
when I was
to talk
pulled
to
over,
the DA
literally
in this
100
jury room?
or so meters away from the cop shop, and arrested for having a warrant out for my arrest.
Okay, beautiful.
And I was even telling them that, like, I was on the way to the station to sort it out or pay for it or whatever you have to do. I'm getting used to the whole law system in this country.
So that original citation I see was issued September 24th, 2024. Is there any reason you didn't pay the ticket?
I honestly thought I did, and I know it's not a good excuse, but I forgot. I know that's not a good excuse, and I take full responsibility for it. But I simply forgot because I thought I did pay for it.
Okay. All right. Well, you found out what happens when you don't, so I'm glad you came here this time. Speeding 1 to 15 over a 70 mile per hour limit's a $250 fine and 1 driver's license point. You willing to plead guilty now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I find you guilty on that and sentence you to the $250 and the 1 point assessed on your license. You can speak with the clerk, and I will inside of the system for you, sir.
Okay, so I just pay that out there.
They were asking for the DA in there.
Yes, just go speak with the clerk out there in the lobby.
I figured as much. I'll go talk to him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming in. And then we had 0116 was a traffic case too, I believe.
I can go see if Mr. Baskin is out in the lobby.
Okay.
Your Honor, if we can get a brief recess, sounds like counsel wants to speak to me in the Saunders matter.
Yes, that's fine. Court's in recess.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you need me in there, Dennis?
All rise.
Mr. Pearson.
Mr. I don't know how to pronounce your name, to be 100% honest with you.
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski. Mr. Lude, what can I do for you?
Sure.
DA, make sure you're
My
whispering.
client is referring to a apparent invalid warrant because there was a court date
Hey, Brody, you
labeled
wanna just
000.
go watch the lobby?
So there was no way that she could
Make sure
appear
there's no
for it.
shenanigans going on.
Do you have any information on this? Because she's telling me the same thing over and over, and we're getting nowhere, and I'm about to start pulling out my hair.
Okay, so we're talking about a warrant. Let me see.
She said that she said that she was approached by Deputy Stolas regarding a warning, and then Deputy Stolas brought up the warrant and how it was she kept repeating the same thing, and my brain just.
Okay, give me a second. I'm reading the arrest report.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, Deputy Stolas conducted a traffic stop on Miss Saunders for traveling 80 miles an hour, 81 actually, in a 70. And per his narrative, he noticed that there was a possible warrant for Miss Saunders' arrest. Actually, there's two of them. There is a warrant for failure to appear in the state of San Andreas, and there is one for an alleged prostitution charge. So there are two warrants.
And that's what she's having the issue with. She doesn't understand why there's a failure to appear warrant because there was something else, but she couldn't appear to it because the court date was set to 000. That's the issue we're coming across.
It looks like that citation was a warning, and that's why there was no court date. So that warrant is invalid. However, Deputy Stolas has the right to ask anybody to exit their vehicle during a traffic stop.
I was scared.
Okay, but why were you scared of law enforcement?
Are you my lawyer?
I am your lawyer, but there's no reason to be scared of law enforcement.
So Pennsylvania v. Mims, the deputy had the right to ask Miss Saunders to get out of the car. Not only did she refuse multiple asks of Deputy Stolas to get out of the car, she then fled in her vehicle, led them on a vehicle pursuit that went in excess of 100 miles an hour, oncoming lanes. I'm pretty sure some locals got injured, even. She was then tased numerous times and shot with a beanbag shotgun, per this report, before being able to be taken into custody. So there should be several more charges in here, but I went as reasonable as I could with it. I'm happy to amend it.
I mean, it's a false one.
Listen, she doesn't. So another issue we're coming across is she doesn't even want to listen to me. So if I hold on, I would like to have a lawyer-to-lawyer conversation.
See if I can find a bailiff.
Please.
That's my courtroom. Yeah. You're damn right.
Sergeant, can you escort Miss Saunders to a cell so that the counsel and I can have a conversation?
Bailiff, will you,
Yes, John.
Thank you, Sergeant. I appreciate your assistance.
I'm going to talk to the lawyer, so I'm just going to need you to go with this sergeant right here, and then I'll talk to you after I've had this conversation. All right?
All right, Miss Saunders. Yes, I'm gonna escort you.
Yep, let's go.
Okay, just a reminder, we're gonna go out onto the courtroom floor. The judge is present. You are to maintain all courtroom decorum. Do you understand?
You know what that means? I'm so sick of this injustice.
Just please play nice.
There you go.
Mr. Lude, what can I do for you?
I haven't been a lawyer long, I'll tell you that much. But in the time that I've been a lawyer, that has gotten to be the worst client. I know I'm court appointed, but she's telling me one thing, and I'm obviously inclined to believe the actual facts, but she's not listening. I am honestly tempted to let her figure this out herself because she is not listening to me.
Well, you're always welcome to file a motion to withdraw with the court if you believe that your attorney-client relationship has deteriorated. All it's going to do is kick her back to another court-appointed attorney and restart the whole process.
I know, and that's the issue. She already seems pissed at it as it is that it's taking so long. The plea offer, and I'll discuss this. The plea offer is currently standing is count 1 and 3 will be dismissed, with count 2 and 4 to be jail time, I believe, bench.
Probation. It's just 4 months of probation with a couple of special terms, including anger management. It's a 4-month probation. I'm requesting a 2-month driver's license suspension for the driving crimes, and then just a special order to not drive without a valid license or insurance.
Just because both count 2 and 4, both are 4 months bench probation. Would that be the total as months, or would that be the total then 8 months?
Total 4 months.
Okay. Would we be able to knock it to even just 3.5, just to make her a little happy? I mean, honestly, if that's something you're not willing to do, I mean, at the same time,
that's the lightest sentence I'm willing to offer for this individual.
Is it that? Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't blame you. I'm gonna try and talk to her, see if she can take the plea offer, because let's be honest, I don't think we want to hold any more of the court's time with this. So I'm gonna try and convince her of this plea offer. If she doesn't listen, I'm just gonna do a motion to withdraw, and then we're gonna kick the whole process, and then after that, bye.
All right, we'll see what happens. I'll have Bailiff bring her back in for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And what's you say your name was?
Justin Pearson. You can call me Justin.
Pearson. All right, Justin. Well, I wish you luck, and if you kick my ass in court, drinks are on me afterwards.
Fair enough. I appreciate that.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, you too, sir.
Ma'am?
He is ready to speak to Miss Saunders again if she wasn't held in contempt.
Your Honor, it looks like we have one more walk-in traffic case, one Stacy Pagasi.
Yeah, you can call her up.
Right, I'll call the court back in session. I'll call her.
Gotcha. I'm over in my defense.
All rise. This court with the Honorable Judge Rehnquist presiding is back in session. You may be seated. And Miss Pagasi, if you would like to approach.
Mr. Ludendowski is asking for Miss Saunders back.
Hello.
If that can be arranged.
Hello, Miss Pagasi. I see you're here. We issued a warrant for your arrest. How'd that go?
Thank you.
I turned myself in ages ago. I was talking to like 4 or 5 different deputies down at the station, and they gave me another court date, which I thought it was next year, but obviously not.
Well, the warrant that's out there is closed, so you already turned yourself in, so that's okay. We just need to settle out the case. So you're charged with speeding 25 miles per hour over 70 mile per hour limit. Do you wish to contest it, or do you just want to pay?
I just want to pay. I admitted to the officer that pulled me over that I was doing it.
Okay. So it's a $400 fine and 1 point on your license. I find you guilty. Can pay with the court clerk, and we will clear the warrants out of the system for you.
Sweet. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. Are we ready to continue with Miss Saunders, or are we?
Mr. Ludendowski is having a further conversation with her at this time, Your Honor. I believe I am ready to proceed on case 0116. Should be an arraignment.
Too late.
Yeah, let's do that. Jane, it's people of the state. Smith. Are you here, Mr. Smith?
I'm indeed.
All right, step forward, and I see you've got your attorney here. All right, so just to get this out of the way, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything here. Anything you do say may be given in evidence against you in this court or in others. You have the right to an attorney, which you do have. Do you understand your rights, sir?
I do.
And just state your name for the record.
James Smith, common spelling.
All right, Mr. Smith, we'll get appearances from your attorneys, and then we'll take care of this thing.
Your Honor, Michael Baskin, 241153.
All right, Mr. Pearson on a continuing appearance. We're looking at an arraignment on 2 charges here. So, Mr. Smith, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what an arraignment is. Basically, I don't want you to discuss any facts of the case. You're just being presented with the formal notice of the charges against you. And then depending on where we go from here, we'll maybe decide if probable cause exists, or we may postpone the case for further. I just need to admonish you on a couple things now that you need to be aware of. Sorry?
Can you repeat that last part? I couldn't hear you too well.
I just admonish you on a couple of things that are possible consequences of the case. As part of the indictment, I just ask that you don't mention any facts of the case, as the prosecutor is right across from you. And if you say something that he can use, he's going to use it. So please try to just listen to what I have to explain, and we'll try to get through this as quick as we can here. See maybe if we can get to probable cause. If not, we'll set it over.
Sounds good.
All right, looks like count 1. On December 3rd, 2024, charged with a misdemeanor disturbing the peace.
Go for it then.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Apologies. The state moves to dismiss this case.
Okay. Is that in the interest of justice, or?
Yes.
You want me to write down?
The state moves to dismiss in the interest of justice, Your Honor.
All right.
We apologize for not catching that earlier.
Counselor?
We have no objection to that, Your Honor.
All right. At the request of the people, this case is dismissed. Mr. Pearson, with prejudice or without?
With prejudice, Your Honor.
All right. Case is dismissed with prejudice.
We do apologize for not catching that earlier in the stages of prosecution.
All right. Mr. Smith, the charges against you are dismissed. You are free to go, sir. Do you have any questions for me?
Not at this time. I don't know if there's anything from my attorney.
Nothing from defense. Yeah, just one moment. Did you want to talk to him about that other issue too? Your Honor, if we may borrow another moment of your time, Mr. Smith would like to discuss with you another matter that is not docketed for today, for which I am not representing him. I can leave him to do so if you have the time.
Yes, that's fine.
All right, so you're just going to discuss with him exactly what the issue is, right? That there was a warrant, and he will advise you. If you need me, you can just request my presence. As James Smith.
So I was notified. I got stopped a while back, and I got cited for, I believe it was overtaking a vehicle. And I had meant to pay that, but I never got around to it. And I was notified that I had a warrant. And today was my court date. And I was already going to be here, so I figured I'd pay it here. I was wondering what the deal with that is now.
Your Honor, the state doesn't believe that warrant should be valid yet. I'm looking at this citation issued by Deputy Stolas. Today is the court date. So that warrant should not be at this time active.
No, I understand. There was a bit of an issue with the computer system today. We did see a couple of those come up. So we'll just treat it as he's appearing as he's supposed to be.
I get to sneak out and change back into my ADA.
So, Mr. Smith, you're charged with overtaking and passing unsafely. It's a vehicle code violation, section 21750. The fine is $200, jail time not applicable, so 1 point on your license plus $200. Plead not guilty, guilty. What do you got for me?
Guilty. I'm willing to pay that.
All right. If you pay that with the court clerk, we will close the warrant out that was issued in error. You are here when you're supposed to be. So just make sure you get the ticket paid, and you'll be good to go, sir.
Yep, will do. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Wish you the best, sir.
You too.
Are we ready for Saunders, or?
We may want to check on them, Your Honor.
Sarge, you are now.
Yes, Sean. Good evening, sir. Are we good to continue? Do you need more time with your client? I understand, ma'am. Anything with paperwork, we have the judge here. They can do anything with the warrant. You let me go ahead and speak with the judge. I'll be back. DA does need to be present at that time. I will let them know.
Hell yeah, new subscriber coming through. Thank you very much. Welcome to the community.
Your Honor, defense counsel wishes to speak with you and Mr. Pearson.
In my chambers?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All rise.
Oh, Lord.
Productive day so far.
Indeed.
I'm not. That's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and bang out a fucking deal. Not Lidadowski. My guy, Ramon Lewandowski. Come on. had a very much glass of water.
You're good. Hold on, let me knock first.
Woo!
You're good. Come in. Unless Your Honor didn't want them in here. I don't know.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Your Honor, defense counsel.
Take a seat, sir.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. How on earth are we going to deal with that?
Okay, so I will say that my client is claiming that the failure to appear warrant or the warning, one of the two, the court date was set to basically an invalid or null date of just 000.
Let me explain something real quick, Mr. Lundowski. We had this conversation. I'll explain it to the judge.
Please save me the headache a little bit.
Miss Saunders was issued a traffic citation warning. So it was a warning. The court date was marked with zeros by the deputy that issued the warning. That triggered a warrant for failure to appear erroneously. However, that's irrelevant. Per the affidavit in support of arrest warrant, Deputy Stolas initiated a traffic stop for a speeding infraction, not based on having a warrant. While investigating the speeding infraction, Deputy Stolas learned that Miss Saunders had 2 warrants. One failure to appear that is invalid. In all fairness, that warrant is totally invalid. And an additional warrant out of a different state for prostitution. Under Pennsylvania v. Mims, Deputy Stolas tried to have Miss Saunders out of the vehicle. She refused and fled, per my charging instrument.
So we're not talking about the out-of-state warrant here, right? We're talking about our warrant.
Yes, our warrant is totally invalid. Absolutely. But
you're saying that the initial PC that led to this encounter was a vehicle code violation, not the warrant ALPR or anything?
That is correct. And additionally, there was another active warrant that gave Deputy Stolas the right to detain her further for investigation.
So what are we thinking? Just dismiss count 4 then?
That is what I would like to dismiss that failure to appear warrant because as the DA said, it was an invalid warrant. As far as that afterwards, I mean.
And then you know that Miss Saunders has more stuff she still has to pay that she's supposed to be in court here today for.
Yes. No, I completely understand that. Her main concern is that failure to appear warrant. So if we can make that go away, I definitely feel like I can probably talk her down to perhaps, if the DA would approve, perhaps a bond of $100,000 with an ankle monitor.
I'm standing
system.
by the no bail ask from earlier.
Yeah, given her personal resources, I still think 100,000 might be a bit low. But anyways, let's get back to the meat and potatoes here. Are we mutual consent to dismiss count 4 because
it should be count 5, Your Honor.
Okay.
So yeah,
well,
the way
the failure to appear count.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
To appear.
All right, so we'll dismiss that. Hopefully that calms her down a little bit. I still think there's probable cause to proceed on the other accounts alleged. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here's what I'm wondering is how do I believe that those violent outbursts aren't going to continue if I let her go back out on the street?
Your Honor, with all due respect, even as a counsel, I do not think that they will. I genuinely think that her outbreaks, as you called them, will cease because that was her main point of aggravation was a invalid failure to appear warrant. If it helps,
Your
I
Honor.
can
this individual has a history, including assault on a peace officer. I believe she has actually personally assaulted Sergeant Guzman.
Honestly, that tracks. With her body build, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go back into open session here now that we've resolved number 5, I guess it is, and we'll address the question of bail in front of the defendant here.
Yes. I appreciate the time that you've taken to hear me out. I need an ibuprofen and a bottle of water.
I hear you.
Uh,
All right, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Back in session, Your Honor.
they finally give you a tablet. About damn time.
All rise.
Fuck my ankle.
This court with the Honorable Judge Rehnquist presiding is now back in session.
All right, if we can bring the defendant back up here.
Your Honor, you're a little quiet for the people in the back.
Thank you, sir. Got a little frog in my throat there. So, Mr. Lewandowski, did Ms. Saunders give you any indication of how much money she's actually got?
We're gonna allow dismissal of the 5th charge, which is a failure to appear. That warrant was invalid to begin with, but it doesn't.
Did Ms. Saunders give you any indication?
Doesn't mean
as to
anything
how
for the rest of
much
the
money
charges.
She actually has.
Gotcha.
She did not give me a number, no, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Would it be? I guess I could ask the DA, but would it be possible just to get even if it's lackluster, just an apology about the failure to appear warrant, just to soothe her maybe a little bit? It might lower the explicit outbreaks that would happen in your courtroom. Even if it's just from the DA's office, it's just.
I mean, if the DA's office is willing to do that, I don't have a problem with it.
State didn't issue the warrant, Your Honor.
Yeah, I mean, so Miss Saunders.
Yes.
Here's the thing. We did some research. Looks like there was a little bit of a hiccup in the computer system with that warrant. So, on behalf of the court system, I do offer you my apologies. I did not personally sign that warrant, but I'm sure my colleagues wouldn't have made that mistake on purpose. I'm sure there was an accident there. Unfortunately for you, though, that's not going to change the way that this case is proceeding, because you were initially stopped for a violation of the vehicle code, not as a result of that warrant. Okay, so what the people and your lawyer have come up with is we're going to dismiss that count entirely. So there's going to be no charge for you about the fail to appear for the warrant. The remaining charges will continue. Okay?
Can I say something on my behalf?
You may.
I thank you for your apology. So I know someone messed up. What I'm saying is I only ran. I knew I didn't have a warrant. This kind of follows my civil case.
Ma'am.
I'll just stop talking, obviously.
You
Continue.
basically just admitted to the crime in front of prosecutors, so...
Yes, because I was scared.
Hey, gifted membership from Dallas. Thank you, sir. Going
you
to
wanna just
Michael.
plead guilty to this whole thing?
Amazing. Thank you very much. I
I
greatly
would just like
appreciate
to
you.
tell the courts if that's what I call you. I don't know. I ran because I was scared because I thought they were making it up, and it was false. Wanted to get me out under something false.
The state would like to point out the other active warrant from Liberty City, Your Honor.
We all know that's not.
I
that's
believe
not
they don't want to extradite on
I know
that
this,
one
y'all know
either.
this.
So here's my problem. You have these violent outbursts. You have a history of assaulting police officers. And then you've made it what was alleged. You've now admitted that you fled from the police just because you thought they were wrong and you were right.
And
that
they
gives
were
me a
wrong.
lot
They were
of
wrong.
concern. Okay, but that's not your judgment to make, and you put a lot of people's lives in danger by driving the wrong direction down the freeway to get away from them to prove your point.
Because they were chasing me.
Yeah, that's where you pull over, stop, and maybe come here and explain it to me instead of leading them in a wild, high-speed pursuit that has grave community threats.
You don't deal with them like I do. This isn't the time they mess with me.
Okay, and that's like you said, civil suits for. This is a criminal proceeding. But either way, it's never acceptable for you to flee from the police because you believe you're correct. The place to settle that kind of dispute is here in the courtroom, not in the highways. Given your violent outbursts, and I'm not
Can you
sure what
blame
else
me,
is going
though?
on. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to order in a drug and alcohol screen, and I'm going to order that you be sent for a mental health evaluation.
Excuse me? My mental state is none of your business.
It is, in fact, entirely my business, ma'am. I am charged with deciding whether you're going to go to jail or not. So I would like to know where your standing is on mental health, and I'd like a professional's opinion on it. Until we can have that completed, I am going to raise your bond even higher, just because of all of what's going on here, the past history of assaulting a police officer. We don't know how much money you have exactly, but you seem to have quite a lot of it.
All I get is an apology. You can't even lower my bond. All I get is an apology.
No. Your violent outbursts, your swearing in court, that's not the way that you get.
Because y'all were...
And I genuinely believe that you pose a threat to the public with the way that you have these outbursts of anger.
I get punished and no one else does. Got it. The justice system, right?
Okay, don't appreciate the sarcasm, but I understand you're frustrated. That's why I want to make sure we're doing everything in the right way. So I'm going to have you sent for a mental health evaluation,
You understand.
drug and alcohol screen, and then you're going to come back here and get tested the next time you come back. If you make bond, if you don't, you stay in jail. But I am going to raise it to $500,000.
What the actual...
It's still a cash or surety bond. So if you find a bail bondsman, you pay 10% and you get out.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would like to object to that to the $500,000 cash bond.
It's 500,000 cash or surety.
500,000 was okay. Are we? Is that able to be lowered? Just because I agree the violent outbursts and the character that is Justina, but I do not believe that 500,000 is a quote fair amount for these.
Well, given the fact that she threatened to assault a police officer during the course of all this, allegedly,
Not the sheriff.
the fact that she has previously assaulted police officers and the violent outbursts, I feel like there's a significant public safety risk. And so I want to make sure that the bond is high enough so that she realizes the seriousness of it. And so
you
she
gonna
doesn't go and
apologize
commit-
for the bullshit warrant and raise my
Okay.
bond?
You're in contempt.
And what? Do what you need to do. I'm tired of this shit.
All right. She's remanded to the county sheriff for contempt of court. We will pick up these proceedings.
I get a
next
false warrant.
scheduled court date.
Yeah, no one gets punished but me. Justina didn't do shit.
Man, let's maintain decorum in the courtroom.
Fuck your decorum.
Your Honor.
30 more days in jail every time you swear.
40 more days.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I'd also like to push a motion to withdraw counsel for deteriorating counsel and lawyer relationship.
Okay, you can submit that to me as a written motion. I'll have to examine
Perfect.
that and see what other options we have. I don't want to leave her without counsel, even though she is difficult. Everybody has the right to counsel.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, so she's going to be in contempt for 1 day for now, and then the $500,000 bond will be postable. If she does post it, she's got to get that GPS monitor. She's not to commit any new crimes. She's not to consume drugs other than those prescribed by a doctor, not to drink alcohol, not to associate with any known gang members, not to possess weapons, the standard conditions of release. And then she's not to leave the state. She must surrender her passport before a bond can be posted. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. With that, I believe we are adjourned for the day. Thank you all for coming.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
You have a great day, Your Honor.
You fine citizens didn't have anything, is that right?
I was kind of curious on something on behalf of. So, okay, to introduce myself, I'm Scott Rizzuto. I'm with the Legion Motorworks. I'm a supervisor mechanic. I have one of my guys that has a confusing charge that he's not able to be here today. I believe it was a written speeding ticket as well as a misdemeanor charge with the what is it, to appear. He had to appear, right? And all I'm saying is if he here to that, I don't know the specific charge and what he was charged with. I just want to know if a warrant will be filed for him not being here today. So we don't have
What's his
somebody
name?
working. I believe Harrison Mercer.
I'll let you handle this one, Mr. Pearson.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
No worries.
It looks like he's already paid for it, at least, because there's not a warrant about to come through, so
Okay.
I think he's good.
Okay, gotcha. So even though that it was a like misdemeanor appearance, this is just what I heard from him. I just wanted to verify so that Legion Motorworks itself will not be held with any charge. I'm not sure if it is, but just for insurance-based reasons.
Yeah, no, it looks like he's all good.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, that's all I got then.
Alrighty. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep, absolutely. Have a go.